This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I'm Lucy Adeyemi. Algeria's Constitutional Council has scrapped planned July the 4th presidential election, citing a lack of candidates. The move will likely extend the rule of interim President Abdelkader Ben Salah, prolonging a period of political transition and risking more anger from protesters. Ben Salah was due to stay on until the vote to elect a new president. Demonstrations have since continued after President Abdelaziz Bouteflika ended his 20-year rule 2 months ago under pressure from protests. Demonstrators are demanding Ben Salah's resignation and an end to the dominance of the elite who have ruled Algeria since it won independence from France in 1962. In a statement on state television, the Constitutional Council overseeing the country's transition said 2 candidates had come forward but were deemed invalid. China has pledged its support for Africa after the historic success of the African Union in launching the Continental Free Trade Area. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement enters into force last week after the pact had been ratified by 22 members out of 55 members of the African Union. Chinese ambassador to the AU congratulated the Commission and vowed to work with the continent in making growth and prosperity a reality, working hand in hand against protectionism for free and fair trade to prevail.
We believe that China and African countries should join forces to fight against protectionism. And on this day, when the agreement establishing the African Continental Free Trade Area enters into force, I want to extend my congratulations on this occasion. And I believe China-Africa cooperation under the BRI will contribute to the development of China and Africa.
African Union says the agreement will progressively eliminate tariffs on intra-African trade, making it easier for African businesses to trade within the continent and cater to and benefit from the growing African market. Stay with us to be back after this short break. Kenya has unveiled new banknotes, and the Central Bank of Kenya has directed citizens to surrender old ones in exchange of new generation banknotes. President Uhuru Kenyatta unveiled the new banknotes over the weekend during the Madaraka Day celebrations held at the Narok Stadium. Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya, Patrick Ngugi Njoroge, says the new design notes captures the spirit of the 2010 Constitution and meet the technical requirements of the last lender. Meanwhile, Kenya politician Simon Mbugua has filed a court case to stop the new Kenyan shilling note from being distributed. He has complained that the new note contained the image of the country's first president, Jomo Kenyatta, which goes against the Constitution. He also said that the new decision fails to meet public participation requirements. That's ANN News Brief. For details on these and other stories, visit our social media platforms and join the conversation on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I am Lucy Adeyemi.